Welcome to Talks with Tat. I'm your host, Tat. Okay, I think we got it figured out. Welcome to Talks with Tat. It's been a minute. I am your host, Tat, and we're going to talk. I had done a couple episodes prior, and then I got sick, so this is kind of my comeback episode to tell you guys I got pneumonia back in May. And then I do construction. I went and did a night shift for, how long was it? 3 weeks? Something like that, into June. And it was very stressful. There will be future episodes. Some of those episodes will be highlighting the construction aspect. There will be a future episode as soon as I can talk about it. Some of the shenanigans that took place during the night shifts with my subcontractor. I'm going to give it a little bit more time before I talk about it on the podcast. And the other thing about why I haven't been around is I started to film some podcasts, and in watching myself and looking at myself, I had put on some weight. So in the last year, I think I've put on over 10 pounds, which you may look at me and be like, hey, Tot, you look fine. Thank you. And I just, it's one of those things when you look at yourself and you're like, I don't like the way I look. So I'm going to come on and I'm going to talk. I've got a couple of things I'm going to highlight here. Some things I'm doing to focus on getting my weight loss back down to where I want to be. This is the list right here. I'm going to show you a couple of props I've got. My big water cup. See that? Yeah. Take a good sip right there. I take that with me everywhere. I put the sugar-free liquid IV in there. That helps me to drink more when it's just around. It's ready to go. I take it with me to jiu-jitsu. I take it with me to work, so on and so forth. Second thing on the list is grocery shopping online. I find that I'm able to keep a level head. I can kind of have a pre-conversation with Grok and say, hey, what are the best items for me to eat to help me lose weight? You can put into Grok how many calories you want to eat with protein. I don't eat meat. You can have him put together a grocery list. You can tell him where you're going grocery shopping. And then he can make a list for you of those items, how many you should get. He'll actually give you some local prices or whatnot. But I like to do my shopping online. That way then I don't have any impulse buys as I'm walking down the grocery aisle and I see, ooh, chips. Ooh, that would be really good. I love chips. That's a weakness of mine. No, chips are not going to get me to my goal, are they? So no, when I'm doing my online shopping, I'm in my right mind. I'm not hungry at that time, and I'm safe to do a proper shopping list. And so far that's been quite helpful. Third item on the list there is walking. So I struggle with walking during the week. I think in looking at it, it's been so hot. I'm in Sacramento. Even when I'm in Los Angeles, it's been summertime. It's over 100, and it feels like you're walking through the oven. And I can't really say that after working a 10-hour day at the construction site, I might not be walking because now I'm mostly in the office, but my first choice is not to go out walking. So now that it's cooling down a bit, I'm focusing on that. I'm also trying to get in more walking at work. Why not get paid to walk, right? Get healthy. The other one that I kind of start and I stop and I start and I stop is the weights. So I have some free weights. I'm going to do those 3 times a week. I got myself a journal. I'm going to keep track of it. I found in college, which was 20 years ago, that was very helpful. I'm competitive. I like to look at the comparisons of, how much weight did I use for my shoulders? Okay, this week, am I feeling good? Can I bump it up, or do I need to keep it at the same weight? So I keep hearing that weightlifting is great for women over 40, which, truth be told, I'm a woman and I'm over 40. It's good for you. I like weightlifting, and it's going to help me burn that fat off as I focus on my eating and my cardiovascular walking, right? And the other one here that's critical is going to bed early. None of this staying up, going on the social media and scrolling, doom scrolling, right? Looking at what other people are doing or what's going on in the world around me. So just practicing every night before I go to bed. Fun fact, I practice Spanish on my app Duolingo, and being in Sacramento, I have a lot of people that I'm around that speak Russian. So just out of fun activity, I started learning Russian. So I do a little bit of Spanish, and then I do a little bit of Russian, and then I go to bed. So that is kind of the game plan of what I'm working on to make myself feel better, just living in my own body so that my jeans fit a little bit better and I feel more comfortable looking at myself on screen. The other thing today that I wanted to talk about as kind of a comeback show, for those of you that know me, I love my astrology. I'm a Pisces. I'm a Pisces sun, Pisces moon, Aquarius rising. A lot of you, I got feedback on my astrological video that I put out there. By no means am I a guru. I do have some gurus in my life. I watch podcasts. If you need a podcast, hit me up. I've got a couple. But mine are just more of things that are going on. So I've talked about Mercury in retrograde while we were in that time period, or going in or coming out. Right now, tomorrow, September 21st, we are going to be going into the solar eclipse in Virgo. So eclipses are something that I hear about, and when I hear about them, I just think that people are kind of unhinged, energy is all over the place. But what I'm actually going to do for you, because a lot of you had said, I don't know what you're talking about, right? It's over my head. So on the screen here, let's see, right here, I've got some information that I put into Grok that I want to share with you. And I hope you don't mind. Sometimes I will ask, hey, explain it to me like I'm 5. So this time I asked Grok, can you explain it to me like I'm an 8-year-old kid of what an eclipse is? And I kind of want to highlight this of what the eclipses are and what you can experience, because there's 2. There's one that we've already had in the beginning of September, and then there's this one that's happening on September 21st. So one was the lunar eclipse in Pisces. The other one is the solar eclipse in Virgo. Hopefully I'm saying that all correctly. So the big highlight here, Grok says, okay, imagine the sky is like a big playground where the sun, the moon, and the stars play together. On September 7th and September 21st, something super cool called an eclipse is happening in the signs of Pisces and Virgo. And he says, let's pretend these signs are like special friends who help us learn big lessons, and the eclipses are like magic helpers that shake things up to make us grow. Okay? So he goes on to talk about what's happening in the sky. This talks a little bit about the Pisces lunar eclipse when we had the full moon. He says, picture the moon turning into a big red balloon because it's hiding behind the Earth's shadow. This happens in Pisces, the dreamy fish friend who loves imagination, dreams, and being kind. The sun, shining in Virgo, the helpful worker bee, is on the other side saying, let's clean up. This eclipse is like a giant hug that helps you let go of worries or silly fears, like when you drop an old toy and you don't need anymore. That's a really great explanation of that. It's kind of letting go. A lot of this, for those of you that are still not understanding, it's about letting go. Letting go of things that don't serve you anymore, that you don't need anymore. And we'll recap that a little bit down here. So we get into the one that's happening tomorrow, the Virgo solar eclipse, and this is with the new moon. Now, the sun and moon team up and hide a little behind the earth, making a sneaky shadow in Virgo. This is like starting a new game with your favorite toys. Virgo loves making plans, staying healthy, and helping others. So this eclipse is like a fresh start to build better habits like eating yummy veggies or tidying your room. And I don't know about you guys, but I just talked about how I'm getting myself healthy. I've got a list. I've done the typical Virgo traits, as I like to call it. Eating yummy veggies, check. Bought my groceries online. And tidying my room, yes. I'm feeling it. I'm all over it. I started it this morning. So, what it feels like for you during the Pisces eclipse that already happened, you might feel like your heart is doing a big dance. Maybe you'll cry a little or feel super sleepy because Pisces is all about feelings and dreams. Some kids might want to draw pictures or tell stories about their dreams, and that's okay. It's like the sky is saying, let's let go of what makes us sad and dream big. I love that. I absolutely love it. Now, coming up during the Virgo eclipse, okay, after the big feelings, you might feel like organizing your toys or helping a friend. It's like the sky gives you a superhero cape to make your day better. Maybe you'll want to wash your hands more or play a fun game. Some kids feel a little tired but are excited to try new things. So some kids is me. And it's funny, as I'm reading this, I'm thinking my brother, because I talked to my dad and my brother about these, and I'm like, the eclipses are here, which is why things are going crazy. My brother's like, oh my God, is that why I'm exhausted? Yes. I don't know about you guys, but the last 2 weeks I have gone to bed early, not just because it's on my list, but because I am out of energy. I'm just exhausted. So let's keep reading because this is, I don't know about you, but this is fascinating. So a fun story, it says, imagine Pisces is a magical fish swimming in a dreamy ocean, and Virgo is a busy bee building a honeycomb. The eclipses are like a big party where the fish and bee decide to share their magic. The fish helps you feel happy and let go of ouchies, and the bee helps you make a strong, shiny plan. Together, they make you feel like a superhero who can dream and do. Who doesn't love that? So this month, you might feel wiggly emotions and then super strong to start something new. Maybe draw a picture of a fish and a bee, or ask a grown-up to help you make a plan. Eclipses are like a fun school day for your heart and your mind. What do you think you'll do? I love that. So hopefully you guys got a fun little taste of what the eclipses are all about. They happen every 6 months, and they don't always happen in Pisces and Virgo, but these last few have. The eclipses continue on for quite some time. The energy, the feeling, it says it can last for 6 months. Some of these planetary alignments are going to go on for certain signs. I know I'm one of them. It's going to go on until 2027, and we're supposed to become great. So I am invigorated. I'm excited. I am ready to start something new, and I'm hoping that you are too. I want you to come along with me, and let's start this podcast back up again, where I'm going to share some things that are going on in my life. Hopefully my intent is to teach you something, or to just share some knowledge of what I'm up to, and maybe you'll want to be up to it too. So thanks for tuning in. Once again, I'm Tot, and this is Talks with Tot. I'll see you next time.